So this is probably gonna have to end up being a series. And this ain't even about my company. But I just felt like I had to highlight this. I had to talk about these are the type of things where it's like it irks me. But I understand and I realize that maybe there are some people who would be classified as white, Caucasian, that don't necessarily understand this. And in this moment, I want to at least do my part in trying to educate, though you have plenty of tools to find out. Now, today's story comes from a post that I went and commented under where this black girl who lives in Denver, like I do currently, says, when I leave Denver, I'm moving somewhere very black, right? And when I seen it no surprise here. I'm a black person. I like when you live in certain cities, like especially like Denver, that are majority white, bruh, it's just hard to find things as a black person that you like events, like food places, all kind of things that you just might not get, especially if you've ever lived in a black city, right? If you've ever lived anywhere that had like a lot of black people, it's just a different feel. And so her wanting to go live around black people, I didn't see nothing wrong with it. This dude comes in and like I commented already before, and then as I'm scrolling through the comments, you know everybody scroll through the comments. I see this dude say a white person makes this post and they get crucified. And instantly I felt some type of way because it's like, what are you talking about? Like why do you feel the need to even say anything? Like there's this thing with like white men and white women where they act like they have not had enough privilege the last couple centuries to where they've done so much that black people shouldn't even want to be together in this country, or honestly any country. But like, what is wrong with her saying this? And why do you feel like you want to say it too? Like, you probably already live in a city that's majority white. The U.S. is majority white. So you probably live somewhere that's majority white. So why do you feel the need to say something? So I said, oh, you mean it's finally some consequences for y'all actions and you can't just do what you want? Are you mad? And when I say that, I'm saying because he's saying they would get crucified. So if you saying that if you said something that felt out of pocket, that people gonna say something to you about it. So for me, I'm like, bruh, even though it's not true, you could say whatever you want and wouldn't be that many people saying that. And the fact that you got on a black person's post and decided to say something is why we gonna come after your ass. Not because you said you want to move to a city with mostly white people. Bruh, if that's the case, it's only a couple places you could be moving where it's gonna be like that. Like that's not even a reality for most white people. Then he says, laugh out loud, excuse me. Where are the consequences for y'all? No, he says, when do the consequences for y'all happen? And that's where the turn is taken. This is where we go off into a whole nother world. Like, this is where I'm like, you know what? I could probably drop it right now. But for the sake of my ancestors, I'm going to argue back. Because I'm like, this is not 1801. This ain't 1901. You feel me? This not 1701. This is none of them times where you as a white man get to say something and then I just have to walk off or be quiet. So I'm going to show you exactly what I said in the next video. In the next video, I'm going to show you exactly what I said. But I also want to help people understand, like, in every single part of these videos, what I'm thinking. And then, like, to help you understand, like, especially any white people watching this, I need you to understand what he said was unnecessary. Like, and it just goes to the fact that, like, he wants more privilege than he already has. Like, he doesn't like the fact that there's some privileges he may not have. Like, it's like when white people want to say the word nigga, they be like, or if people want to act like there's such a difference between nigger and nigga, and they want to be able to say it because black people say it. Why do you need that privilege? You don't need that privilege. That's not a privilege you need. You have plenty of them. Look, and for those who are going to be like, well, we all have privileges. Yes, we all have different privileges. I'm 6'8". I have tall privilege. It's a privilege I have. But you want to know what I don't go around doing? I don't go around saying anything to short people, to short men in general. I'm not even trying to think of what privileges short men might have that I don't have. I don't care. I'm not abusing the privilege. I'm not taking my privilege and being like, it's not good enough. Now, what I will do is highlight the pros and cons of being tall so that people can understand them, so that people can maybe have more grace. But he don't deserve no grace for jumping to her comments. And because she's a black woman, she don't need to go argue in. I argue in. And if I met him in real life, possibly could be more consequences than arguing. We're not going to get into that. I'm not going to say that. What I will say is the fatigue, the frustration, irritation, and just the general anger feels like it's been passed down to me from my ancestors, and it's at an all-time high. Like I truly sometimes feel some type of way. Like there's white people out there that I'd be proud of because they stand up and say something. And granted, maybe they don't do it the way I want to, but at least they doing it. Then there's these ones, the ones that like to instigate stuff. But in the next video, I'll go over and show y'all exactly what he said after this, because we get a little bit more into it, and he be pissing me off just a little bit more.